whatever they will speak, they will really speak with that 100% trust. But one of the awareness they had is, my Baba is Almighty, I am Master Almighty. That was their mantra. Almighty Baba is with me, I am Master Almighty. So today, when I heard about Shiv Shakti concept, I thought, if that is in our awareness, I am Shakti of Shiva. I am Shakti of Shiva. In this awareness is very, very powerful in a way that it's really combined. And definitely this awareness will bring in us what Shakti has to do, is what Shiva does, right? The first most important quality of Shiva is benevolence. Benevolence. He's always kind and think good about all of us, always. Benefits could be external, physical word, more like for gross things, but here it is for the soul. What is good for the soul? When we come in knowledge, we have to follow certain discipline, or sometimes I think now it's different, but as young age when I came, there was like you felt love discipline, but it was bit sometimes strong, like felt difficult. You have to wake up in the morning. That was okay because I always loved to wake up very early in the morning. But then quickly you have to shower, then you have to go for morning murli, then you have to, you know, so many disciplines. But knowing that all these disciplines actually will help me to create certain values in my life, certain code of conduct in my life. Because Brahmins are considered to be highest class in India. Anything auspicious happen at home, they call Brahmins, right? But those Brahmins are more doing uh, some rituals and reading scriptures. But we are also Babas, very pure mouth-born progeny Brahmins. Right? So we need to have what we call as Brahmacharan, not only Brahmacharya, Baba was saying, but Brahmacharan. That means my code of conduct, my speaking, my sitting, my walking, my relationship, everything should be based on all these values. Because they use the word Brahman Devta. When Brahmin used to come, I remember for our many ceremonies, full moon puja, so many. Brahman Devta has come. And now Baba explains us, but you Brahmins, because you serve, then you become deity, worship worthy. Directly offer anything to those idols. The Brahmin sitting there will take from you and will offer. I remember we used to feel, why can't we do it directly? But that Brahmin will take it. Very, very big temples when you go. I've been to many, many. But whatever you have to offer, whether food or money or whatever you have to offer, Brahmin will take from you and will offer to that idol. So Brahmin between a devotee and deity, right? So when Baba tells us, children, you are becoming divine now. You are becoming deities. You are becoming worship worthy. So instantly, automatically, what we call as maryadas, some call discipline, principles, code of conduct, needs to be very elevated. Because what are we becoming? Brahmins, so deity. So when I was with Brahma Baba, everything Brahma Baba did was, of course, very much, he had a timetable for everything. He has a very, very spiritual, elevated way to meet everyone, to talk to everyone. Because all his activities were in a very disciplined and royal way. Discipline not as restriction, right? But that is the way of doing. This is how he did, right? When food was served, he will remember Baba and very, very slowly, in company of Baba. First Baba says, I feed Baba and then I sit and eat with Baba. So looked very, very royal. Very simple. Baba's clothing was very simple, but very clean, very clean. Whether Baba's shawl or slippers, very simple, but clean, very clean and royal. Not expensive. When you have something expensive, when someone meets you, where people look at, not you, but what you have, right? And drishti, connected with soul consciousness, soul in the center of forehead, is the most sacred space because that's where soul's awareness, soul's attitude, everything vibrates from there. So just to have this awareness of Shiv Shakti and the principles, disciplines of a uh, spiritual life. I mean, there are always some difficulties in the beginning when we start following according to everyone's circumstances. It was easy for me to get food very good cooked from my mother regularly, but there might be some, their work, their job situation is different. And it's not there was any attraction. There are some, they always have, I have to eat because of this, because of this. But always remember whatever goes in the body becomes your energy. And we want Sato Pradhan energy, Sato energy. So our thoughts for the soul and food for the body, they are equivalent, right? As we need good thoughts, which nurtures, same is the good food, pure food creates that energy within the body. So that soul and body both are pure. So Brahma Acharan is really to follow Brahma Baba at every step, how he served, what he did, his relationship with unlimited family, and his love for whole world, people of all religions he loved. Love was just for everyone. That's one of the most important things. So I'm sure that tomorrow, keeping awareness of Shiv Shakti, remembering Baba with lot of love from heart, and following all the, I should say, personality of Brahma Baba. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Vikti Journey Sakar Murli. The soul dances when it hears the truth.
बच्चे जानते हैं कि बराबर ब्रह्मा को शास्त्र हाथ में देते हैं ना बच्चे, शास्त्र देते हैं क्यों? कि ब्रह्मा हुआ भगवान का बच्चा, जो भगवान ज्ञान का सागर है, वो ब्रह्मा द्वारा सभी वेदों ग्रंथों शास्त्रों वगैरह वगैरह का सभी राज समझा देते हैं बच्चों को। पढ़ाते नहीं है तुमको, कहते हैं पर ये पढ़ने से कुछ भी प्राप्ति नहीं होती है। फांसी किसको ही? शरीर को ही या आत्मा को ही? शरीर के द्वारा आत्मा को ही, यानी शरीर को भी हुई तो आत्मा को भी हुई। हाँ, क्या करो नहीं बच्ची, आत्मा को ही या शरीर को ही, या आत्मा को शरीर द्वारा हुई, या शरीर को आत्मा द्वारा हुई? क्या हुआ? हाँ? आत्मा को शरीर द्वारा हुई तो शरीर को नहीं हुई। हाँ? मैं दूसरे से पूछूं? हाँ? अभी वो बच्ची तो हाथ उठा के खड़ी है। अच्छा तुम बताओ, हाँ? आत्मा को ही, शरीर को नहीं हुई। अच्छा, तुम बजा गायत्री?
शरीर को,
आत्मा को नहीं हुई।
आत्मा महसूस करती, बीमारी शरीर को होती।
बीमारी है, आत्मा महसूस करती है, तो महसूस करने माना उनको भी हुई नहीं। वो कहते हैं कि जीवात्मा यानी शरीर को भी हुई, आत्मा को भी हुई। एक बच्ची कहती है कि शरीर को हुई और आत्मा को महसूस ना हुई। एक कहते हैं कि आत्मा को हुई शरीर द्वारा, दोनों को ही, यानी जीवात्मा दोनों को, जीव को भी हुई, आत्मा को भी हुई। हाँ, यहाँ किशोर तुम्हारा क्या विचार है? हाँ,
मेरे को ही मैं हूँ आत्मा।
अच्छा, और शरीर को हुई नहीं? अच्छा भाई,
आत्मा को मुख कहाँ से आए?
आज कैसे उठाऊं दीदी? कैसा उठाऊं? ये कौन है बच्चा? अच्छा, क्या विचार है?
आत्मा जो पीछे बैठा उसको।
अरे बच्चे, जीवात्मा दोनों को हुई है। तो दोनों को ही होती है। आत्मा भी लोग कहते हैं मेरे को खांसी है, तो खांसी है तो शरीर है तब कहेगी खांसी है, तो शरीर को दुख होते हैं, फिर शरीर की दवा भी की जाती है। पर दवाई बाबा होता है ना गोली, तो जब गोली खाएंगे तो दोनों दुख से छूट जाएंगे, दवा पाएंगे तो दोनों दुख से। फिर आत्मा नहीं कहेगी कि मेरे को खांसी है। तो ऐसे सिद्ध होता है कि जीवात्मा दोनों की होती है, क्योंकि फिर जीवात्मा को ही सुख भी होते हैं वहाँ, और जीवात्मा को दुख भी होते हैं। समझे ना बच्चे? अलग का तो कोई परेशानी नहीं है, नहीं अलग है तो आत्मा वही है, तो शरीर है नहीं। तो ये दोनों कच्चे हैं, दोनों कच्चे सुख भोगते हैं, दोनों कच्चे फिर दुख भोगते हैं। तो जीवात्मा दोनों दुख भी भोगते हैं, फिर एक जीवात्मा फिर सुख भोगते हैं। देखो तुम्हारे से प्रश्न पूछते पूछते एक हाथ आगे कहाँ काम थोड़ा थोड़ा मुंह जीती हो, बाकी तो सहज बात है ना बच्ची। जैसे आत्मा तमो प्रधान बनते हैं तो शरीर भी तमो प्रधान बनते हैं, तो दोनों हो गए ना बच्चे। अभी बच्चों से अभी छुट्टी लेते हैं बाप, बच्चों के साथ चिट चैट संगम से वृद्धि को पाते रहते, वृद्धि को पाते रहेंगे। मीठे मीठे स्वीट चिल्ड्रेन फिरते, रुहानी एक ही स्वीट बाबा है ना बच्चे। हाँ, तो ये भी तो कहेंगे स्वीट बाबा नहीं, ये दो आत्मा है ना, बाप की भी है, परम पिता की और उनकी भी है।
संगम युग का वर्षा यही है, शिव से मिलन मनाना। समय श्वास संकल्प सभी सेवा में लगाना। पवित्रता बरसाए जग में, पवित्रता बरसाए जग में। फरिश्ता झलक तुम्हारी, फरिश्ता झलक तुम्हारी।
मुझे से बच्चों पे रुहानी बाप और दादा का दिलो जान से गर्लफ्रेंड से याद कर गुड नाइट। रुहानी बच्चों पे तो रुहानी बाप की नमस्ते।
Om Shanti. It's so wonderful to hear Baba's voice. Thank you very much. So tomorrow is Wednesday and our schedule will be same, and addition is children, awake the children Malay class from 5 to 5:30 p.m. And as you all know that we have started in month of January 5 times during the day, half an hour tapasya. So 8:30 to 9 in the morning, 10:30 to 11, 12:30 to 1, 4:30 to 5, and good night meditation, 8:30 to 9 in the night. So whoever is available, please, you are welcome to join. And as we all also have determination that yes, we want to do good tapasya, and just to give you more attention that it's nice, it's better, it's beneficial for all of us to have full attention while listening to Murli, also in the evening when we are together in a Vyakti Parivar. So of course Mohini Didi is there with us every evening, which is the greatest fortune for all of us. So we also make a little more extra effort to sit down at least for half an hour and listen carefully with the full concentration. And of course, it's always nice to have your video on so that Mohini Didi also can see everyone. So you can get drishti from her as well. So it's not only you looking at her, but she can also see you. So kind request, it's possible, please keep your videos on. Thank you very much. Every evening we see many, many angels with white. It's wonderful family. It's a Vikti Parivar. Thank you. Om Shanti. Now let's get our homework for today. So I would like to invite our angel, Sister Gayatri, who would guide us for tomorrow's homework. Welcome.
And good evening, everyone. I'm sure that by this time you would feel yourself being baked and your yogi form, your swarup, being experienced. And of course, this is happening today in the remembrance of Baba, and from Baba, that constant flow of love. And, you know, giving us that respect he spoke about for ourselves. And so very briefly, my realization today, this word realization was very much part of my experience. And it's been a very, very beautiful day of experiencing being a yogi and really making that remembrance of Baba very natural. But at the same time, my intellect becoming a filter to keep the particles of body consciousness away, so that Baba could be purifying me and sending the rays of love for that purification to happen. So it was a very beautiful visual realization. But the actual word realization today for me was something that I'll share very briefly with you. For me, realization is the top, it's the heat. And each realization I have in Tapasya, it creates this heat of the Tapasya, of the remembrance that happens in Tapasya, leaves an imprint in the form of an awareness on the soul. And this awareness carries a permanency of sorts, because it like emerges for me what is original, what is eternal, and that gets like a permanent imprint in the Tapasya. It's like a heated imprint, a permanent imprint, and that becomes my form. It becomes my Smriti Swarup. And from that, the attainments are experienced. From that awareness, the attainments, the godly attainments are experienced. And in today, the attainments of being a yogi was very much experienced. So that is what realization is. Realization is not just an aha moment, but it's a permanent imprint of an awareness from which godly attainments emerge in the form of an experience. So I just wanted to share that with you. So we will be looking at our homework for tomorrow. And if we could just put the slide up, the slide on Tapasya. So what is Tapasya? What does Tapasya mean? What are we going to be looking at tomorrow? Tapasya means to stay in the combined form of a Shiv Shakti. So this combined form of a Shiv Shakti is the Tapasya I'll be doing, which means I'll have concentration on this awareness. But what is it that the Tapasvi soul, what are the characteristics of being a Shiv Shakti for a Tapasvi soul? And so the Tapasvi soul would constantly experience being close to Bapdada. Now, Baba said that this awareness of a Shiv Shakti, the best time to experience it is at Amrit Vela. Because Amrit Vela, whether it's Shiv Shakti or whatever other stage I want to experience or whatever form I want to be in, Amrit Vela seems to be the foundational time for that to be experienced, for that awareness to be imprinted with a permanency on me. And so the Tapasvi soul would have the experiment with this form of the Shiv Shakti at Amrit Vela, because Amrit Vela is the foundation of staying close to Baba, So if I experience this closeness to Baba at Amrit Vela, the fruit of that will be throughout the day, I will be experiencing that closeness to him. And so to be constantly the Tapasvi soul, her aim or his aim would be to constantly be with Baba and to experience myself as being combined with Baba. So Shiv Shakti means I, the soul, I am the Shakti, and I, the Shakti soul, can never be without Shiva. And Shiva, on the other hand, can never be without his Shakti. So to have this awareness is really to experience the deepest self, the soul, the deepest self, which is the soul, trusting my closest companion. So I, the Shakti, I'm trusting my closest companion, who is Shiva. So those would be the characteristics of the Tapasvi soul. Amrit Vela, creating that foundation of closeness. Throughout the day, experiencing myself to be close and combined, but also understanding that it is not just the power of tolerance that's the Shakti, or a power of coolness that's the Shakti. No, I am the Shakti. And I don't exist without Shiva, and Shiva doesn't exist without me. So I'm going to have that intimacy of creating a deep relationship, exposing the deepest part of myself, and trusting that to my closest companion, Baba. So the daily practice, which you'll be doing, which is 10 minutes every hour, that will be, of course, an intentional practice, as I keep telling you every night. And I keep emphasizing this because it's and determination, we would go into this beautiful experience of being a Shiv Shakti. We would enter into this beautiful experience every 10 minutes of being the Shiv Shakti. And of course, the one word that I would remember is closeness to Baba. So the awareness with which I will go into this, into my 10 minutes would be, I am a Shiv Shakti. I, the soul, am the Shakti. And the one to whom I belong is Shiva. So this is the combined form. I, the soul, am the Shakti, and the one to whom I belong is Shiva. And so I'm going to hold that awareness. And with this awareness, I will experience the deepest self, the soul, trusting my closest companion. So I will experience that quality of trust in being a Shiv Shakti. So I'll practice this beginning at 3:30 in the morning, and I will conclude at 9:30 at night when I write my chart, and I write my realizations of my chart at 2 levels. So you will take out your journal, your 2020 journal, your 2022 journal, and you're going to capture your realizations. So you're going to capture the realizations, as I said, that permanent imprint of an awareness. You're going to capture that, and you're going to capture it in the form of your realizations. So the other aspect of a realization is also to realign yourself to something. So it's the real I, the soul, looking at your realization. And then you're going to capture that, and you're going to write it down. But then you're also going to have a creative aspect to it. So for the Shiv Shakti, perhaps what would be beautiful for you to look at is what power, what was your experience that naturally emerged out of having the deepest part of your soul trusting your closest companion. You, the Shakti, trusting your companion with a very deep part of yourself. What emerged out of that? Give it an expression, give it an image in whatever way you're comfortable with. I draw, and I'm not an artist, but I squiggle like a child. but do it in a way that it's coming from a very innocent place within you, because the deepest part of ourselves is usually the purest part of ourselves. It's like that grace that lives within us that only God could access. And so you will do that as well. So you're balancing both sides of your soul and of your brain, the left and the right side, the Lakshmi and the Narayan, both sides you are balancing in doing your chart at both levels of realization, writing, and creative expressions. And so now we'll go into Baba's room. And Baba's room is, of course, if you could put the slide up, is telling us how to follow him. So how are we going to follow Baba today? We're going to go into the silence of his room, and we're going to be going today into his room that is in Harare, Zimbabwe. So we're featuring Baba's room in the city of Harare and the country of Zimbabwe, which is in Africa. So let us enter into the silence of Baba's room in our combined form of a Shiv Shakti. And as we enter his room, we're going to follow Father Brahma. So we're going to follow Father Brahma in his combined form. And of course, Baba's combined form was a very unique one. He wasn't a Shiv Shakti. So what was he? So follow Father Brahma in his combined form and in living his life with the double force. And the double force was Baba and I, Bap Dada. So we're going to follow Bap, Shiv Baba, in our stage, the Shiv Shakti stage, the Shiv Shakti form, and we're going to follow Dada, Brahma Baba, in our actions. So they will be not only a double force, but they will be a triple force for us tomorrow. Om Shanti. Let's have the video now.
Om Shanti. Good night. We thank Baba, Drama, the wonderful family of Vyakti Parivar. Good night, everyone. Om Shanti. Good night.